In this video, we're going to demonstrate how easy it is to begin painting your environments using TileMap. So currently we have in our tile palette over here in this panel is we have our sprites. And each individual tile is what we can use to basically paint our world. So to get started, we have a tool that looks like a paintbrush here. Select that and you can select the tile and you can begin painting. In the scene here, you'll see this white line that's kind of a rectangular shape. This is what our main camera is currently seeing. So you're more than welcome to go outside the bounds of that, but your main camera won't see it until our player transitions over there. So to begin painting, you simply just click and hold. And you can see here that you can very easily, rapidly just build your levels and paint. One of the other neat tools here is you have the box filler. So if I want to select that sprite, I can simply click and drag to create a rectangular formation. Another thing you can do is you can fill an entire area with a selected tile. So if I'll select this one and I want to fill in here, you can see I can just click and it fills it in. A useful tool is the erase tool, and you can just basically click and hold and brush over what you'd like to delete. You can see here it's very quick, it's very responsive. So let's go ahead and actually start painting. So what we have here are our ground tiles. And we're going to be working throughout this environment utilizing several different tiles. But what we want to start off with is basically building our level up from the ground floor by just creating a walkable surface. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to select this edge tile here. And I'm going to basically start it right about here. Just going to make a line right across. So I'm going to go ahead and delete what's not in camera view. So I'm just going to basically select this end tile here. And let's go ahead and add this one back. Alrighty, so here we go. We have basically a simple walking path for our player. And then what I want to do now is I want to select another tile and basically fill in the gap here that's all blue. So I'm basically just going to take this tile, I'm just going to select. And if you wanted to, you can also select multiple tiles by dragging and holding, and then this is the tile that you get. So I'm going to delete this. Going to grab my paintbrush. I'm going to select one middle tile here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to paint it in. Another method here is I can just simply use the box tool and I can create a box formation like this. And I can also use the fill tool. And that will fill in more than I want though. So I'm going to use the paintbrush. Let's say we wanted to add a little cliff to kind of add something unique to this floor other than just having it black on the bottom. We can sort of add like a little crater, and maybe we can make a little obstacle for our player to jump over. So to do that, I'm going to select this corner tile here, and I'm actually going to select all 5 of these elements. I'm basically going to take my paintbrush, I'm going to click and drag and get this whole selection here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint this in. One of the things I can do to continue the crater is I can actually select just from here, these 3, and then I can actually just keep going down and I can create that little crater effect all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now to do it on the other side, what I want to do is create a little area for us to jump. So I'm going to take my eraser tool. I'm going to erase this little area here. And this will be our other crater side. So I'm going to basically take the left side. We're going to have an edge. Take these 3 sprites. So select your paint tool and get these 3. And we're going to jump to that platform right there. From there, I'm going to take this tool and once again, extend this down. Get your erase tool, clean this up. And don't worry about the dark blue background we have right now. As we develop more layers, we're actually going to be filling that in. For instance, maybe we want to put a waterfall here. Maybe we want to put further back caverns or anything like that. We're going to layer it. So I'm not worried that there's actually just blue on the screen, as it's not going to be there for long as we get into other tile map layers. So now we have this little jump passageway here, and I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe what we can consider adding here is if the player were to fall down this, there would be spikes, which we've added for you in one of our other sprite sheets here. So let's go ahead and actually set this to where we can see what is below this. So to do that, I'm going to select my paint tool. I'm going to select the edge here, and I'm simply just going to add it. So what I want to do here is I need to bring it all up. So I'm going to start deleting this here. Select my paintbrush, add that end piece. So it's going to be about right there. So I'm going to take the black sprite now and just fill that in. So here's our crater, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And we have a sprite of spikes that we can use to basically kill the player if he were to fall down here. So we'll go ahead and make use of those in the next video. So let's do the other side. We want to basically take this corner piece here in our palette and just position that right about here. From there, we're going to go ahead and just paint black everything else. So now we have an end zone here. We can see the crater and everything looks really good. When we get into the spikes, we'll be able to add them right here. So everything else here looks pretty solid. I will see you guys in the next video where we'll get into creating additional palettes.